Hello guys, I've been on a cut for 3 weeks already. This week my body weight changes aren't much, so it's 400 grams of body weight loss from the last week. My goal is 800 grams of body weight loss per week, so it's a half of the goal. It's no problem. I'm gonna reduce my calorie consumption by 250 grams. So I consumed for 3 weeks, I've consumed about 3,000 calories. So I'm gonna consume 2,750 calories per week from now on. The body changes, as you can see, is pretty good if we compare it to week 0, but not much, because not much body weight changes from week 2 to week 3. Today I'm gonna show you my second training session. It's quads plus side deltoids. A side deltoid is a lot easier muscle, smaller muscle to train, not much nervous system disruption, not much calories needed to train it. I'm starting with legs. Even though the legs are my dominant muscle, I still start my training session with it, because if I'm starting with other muscle group, I'm gonna die on legs, because my volume on legs, mostly the weight on legs that I use, is gonna kill me if I start it as a second muscle group. So I'm starting with a little bit pre-exhaustion for quads, because I'm squatting with high bar squats, classic high bar squats. It's not that much fully quad movement. Glutes, hams, much of my back. I'm starting with leg press. I use 10 to 20 rep range for maximum pump, maximum concentration, maximum burning in my quads, the maximum mind-muscle connection before the squats. I'm not using 10 to 20 rep range for squats, because I'm mostly gonna die from lack of oxygen. So pre-exhaustion on leg press in 10 to 20 rep range, pretty big rep range, about 15 reps I do in a set. And then I'm going to lower volume set, but still basic movement, compound movement, squats. There is a solution I used in previous mesocycles, previous training programs, that I can interchange side deltoid with legs. But right now I want to focus on single muscle group. So I'm not interchanging the delts. I'm gonna do leg extension as the last exercise for quads. Leg extension I'm doing in 10 to 20 rep range as an isolation movement. As I said previously, I'm using 10 to 20 rep range for isolation movement. It's not the big rep range, not voluminous rep range, but still pretty big to feel the pump in the working muscles and still not do too much work, because I'm on a cut, I don't have that much calories. After pumping my legs, because I still on the 3rd week have few reps in reserve in each set. So for leg press, squats, leg extensions, on the 3rd week, on the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, I have few reps in reserve, so it's about 3 reps right now. The rep in reserve I'm using in each set is going to decline from week to week. So, I don't know, 4, 5 weeks it's going to be 2 reps in reserve, 6, 7, 8 is going to be 1 rep in reserve, probably 9 and 10 week and 10th week it's going to be 0 reps in reserve. So right now I'm concentrating only on keeping the working weights as on the 1st week. Like for bench press, I bench press on incline 80 kilograms. So I'm gonna use, in first test I bench for 10 reps. So I'm gonna bench it for 10 reps until I feel the decline in my strength. And I still gonna bench it for 10 reps, but with fewer reps in reserve. So for side deltoids, I'm starting with isolation again to feel the side deltoid. Each compound exercise for side deltoids, like upright rows, overhead press is not that much for side deltoid, but still have in the final position of the arm over the head, the side deltoid works pretty much, and still too many other muscles are involved. So I'm starting side deltoid with isolation movement. Again, 10 to 20 rep range. Cable, cross body, lateral raises. Right now it's my favorite. I haven't done much it in my training career, and right now I feel that I've lost pretty much gains, because this exercise for me, it's on another level. So much that I feel the side deltoid on this exercise. I can work in full range, I can feel the tension in the lowest position, the thing that you can't have in dumbbell or lateral raises. So even this small thing, the stretch, the tension in the lowest position, is a game changer if you do only dumbbell lateral raises. You must try it out. After pre-exhaustion for side deltoid, I'm going for the compound, because again, in the compound, especially for upright row, there are many other muscles that involve in this exercise. So after the pre-exhaustion, the upright row, barbell upright rows, are insane to feel the side deltoid in this hard to connect the muscle with upright row. It's a compound movement, but here I do 10 to 20 reps as an isolation movement, because this exercise is very sensitive for shoulder joint, elbow joint, so I use more rep range to use less weight on this sensitive for joints exercise. But still, as many say, it's dangerous exercise in 10 to 20 rep range with good controlled physique, with good controlled technique. I don't see any dangers here. Of course, if you feel, some discomfort in the joints, probably you should try maybe shorter the range or change some degrees of your body movement, but still try it in different variations, and only if in each variation, which is, I think it's pretty much impossible, if your shoulders hurts, your elbows hurts, maybe this exercise is not for you. But in my experience, many people can do it with a little bit changes pretty great and feel no pain, but only the feel inside deltoids and the pump. Gotta be honest, the last exercise is not that much for side deltoid. As I'm not concentrating on front deltoid, I'm not even counting it in any of my training programs. I'm not doing isolation for front deltoid, because I do a lot of bench presses, a lot of presses in different positions. So here I'm adding in the end, when my side deltoids is pre-exhausted on insane level, I'm adding overhead press in form of barbell overhead press. As I said, it's more of a front deltoid exercise, but still in the overhead position, in this position, when my hand is behind my head and over my head, the side deltoid works pretty much. If you know the anatomy, the biomechanics of the movement, you know that this movement for side deltoid is involved pretty good, but still, it's more of a press for front deltoid. Side deltoids are pre-exhausted. I feel side deltoid even in this movement, overhead press, pretty good. 6 to 12 rep range for this exercise. Thank you guys for being with me. I'm starting my 4th week of my cut, so stay tuned for the updates.